can't go much further south in California. Frank Perez started his MMA career 5 years ago.
Started out in wrestling in high school and built upon that. He went and found the Alliance Gym, trained under the tutelage of Brandon Perez, added on a strong striking ground and jiu-jitsu. But Jose Aldo is one of the most powerful and fastest strikers we have here in the WEC. Some of his kicks are so quick and devastating, it's almost unreal that you realize on top of that, he's a black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and we've yet to see that skill set from him.
Let the attack begin.
Jose Aldo is as fast as they come, and he likes to finish his fights even faster. Rolando Perez has a chance to send a statement to the division.
Eu vi uma luta dele, eu acho que...
I think Rolando's a good fighter, otherwise he wouldn't be in the WEC. But tonight he's about to face a great fighter.
He might take me for granted just because he doesn't know much about me. And I think I'll shock the WEC. Not many people know who I am, but after this fight, they will.
Na minha cabeça, eu acho que...
I'm definitely gonna knock him out in the first round.
I'm ready for everything. I'm ready for him to go for a takedown. I'm ready for his ground game. I'm ready for the stand-up. I'm getting a great opportunity. I mean, I don't go down from here. I go up when I beat Jose Aldo.
Eu acho que eu vi.
I fight to give my family a better life. I'm not gonna let him take that away from me. I come to fight, and I come to win.
By virtue of this sport, Frank, you have to earn your respect. Rolando Perez telling everyone that Jose Aldo, he thinks, might be taking him lightly because he doesn't know much about it.
That's one advantage when you make, you come in making your debut. A lot of people don't have a lot of footage on you. He's only had, 6 fights. So he has the advantage of not having his opponent know who he is. But at the same time, that can drive you nuts a little bit when you feel a little disrespected, and it can drive you to go forward and push harder so you can earn that respect from your opponent. You're not looking at somebody who's just going to get walked over.
The crowd is certainly going to cheer for Rolando Perez, born in San Diego, California, fights out of Chula Vista at the Alliance Training Center. He does like to keep it standing. He's finished 3 out of his fights by submission, and he will sit there and bang with you.
Yeah, the Alliance Gym is a good gym here in San Diego. They train mixed martial arts very well. Brandon Perez is a very good Muay Thai artist in the MMA world. And he's obviously working on his jiu-jitsu and his grappling background to accentuate all those abilities to come in here and be as well-rounded as he possibly can.
You make more out of time in the cage in terms of how long you've been practicing or how many fights you have on your resume?
Fights, you learn a lot more from. You could train for a long time. I always look at a guy that has fights because he's getting to actually test himself under fire.
His official full name is Jose Aldo da Silva Oliveira Jr. He goes by the nickname of Junior. Sometimes it takes longer to say the name, Frank, than his fights last. This guy can bring it.
Yeah, Jose Aldo is a devastating striker. He throws some vicious kicks in all angles, his hand combinations. He's already on top of a good athlete. He moves so fast and so powerful. And the thing also about him that we haven't yet to really get to see in his WEC career is that he is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So on top of the striking ability he has the ability to take you down and submit you at the same time.
Everything you just mentioned is on his fighter profile: the jiu-jitsu, the takedown ability, and his lightning fast speed. Jose Aldo doesn't care what you call him. He just wants to be called a winner at the end of this one. Right now it's time for our tale of the tape between these two fighters, Rolando Perez and Jose Jr. Aldo. Aldo a couple years younger, giving up a couple inches and giving up 2.5 inches in reach, Frank. Let's send it inside the cage to the voice of the WEC, Joe Martinez, for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the San Diego Sports Arena here in beautiful San Diego, California, Bud Light presents World Extreme Cage Fighting. Live on Versus, the competition is on. Our first attraction tonight is in the featherweight division. This bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu style fighter. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in officially 145 pounds. As a professional, he brings a record of 4 victories, just 1 defeat, and 1 bout even into tonight, his WEC debut, fighting out of Chula Vista, California. Here is Rolando. Introducing next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a jiu-jitsu specialist. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed in officially 145 1/2 pounds. In 13 professional bouts, he brings 12 victories and just 1 defeat into tonight's bout, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here is Jose Aldo. Referee in charge of the action, John Shorley.
Okay, guys, give me a good, clean fight. Touch gloves, good luck.
The WEC is available in high definition on Versus. And our ways to win here at the WEC, 3 judges score the bout. The bout duration, 3 5-minute rounds. For championship fights, it goes to 5 5-minute rounds. A 10-point must system is in effect, with the round winner gaining 10 points. His opponent 9 or less, based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control.
Such the speed of Jose Aldo and power. There's guys you see that move quickly, but they don't put anything behind the shot. They almost throw arm punches and they tap you. It's definitely not the case with Jose Aldo.
Aldo's last fight was WEC 36 back in November. That was our makeup fight when the hurricane came through Florida, and much like in that fight against Jonathan Brookins, he used that leg kick to soften up his opponent.
He did, and the other thing too is Brookins actually, I think, came out in the southpaw stance a lot of times. He's able to use that roundhouse on the inside of his knee. Here in this fight, Rolando Perez is fighting left side forward. He's going to be eating a lot of those shots on the outside of his thigh if he doesn't come up with a solution, you know, to bring up the shin and check it or step out of the way of it.
Great example of how fast Aldo can close the distance just there. Kick from Perez to the inside leg.
Oh. Again, the speed of Jose Aldo is just so obvious when you see him fight. I mean, he's fighting against other featherweights here at 145, and so far he's always been the quicker guy by a lot. Oh my God.
As expected, fast and furious here in round number 1.
That knee, he just stepped in and fired it right up the middle. It was so fast. I mean, most of the time you got to grab someone's head and set that up. He closed the distance and fired a knee right up the middle.
Again with the right leg. Perez finding an answer.
Perez is good at countering back with the hands. Got his hands, he has a good stance, has his hands in proper position. Rolando showing good composure for the caliber opponent that he has in front of him. With tough feat, WEC debuting against one of the top featherweights in the class.
As you mentioned, Frank, this is not an easy task for Rolando Perez to come in here and have to face Jose Aldo in his debut. You know better than most, every fighter comes into the cage in his debut opportunity and can feel the nerves a little bit.
Actually, Rolando Perez is doing an excellent job so far. He is not really being, you know, I mean, incredibly overmatched in the stand-up. He's throwing some great hand combinations. That kick was a lot of shin, even though it doesn't make a slapping noise. I'll tell you from experience, delivering it or receiving it, when you deliver a kick and you don't hear a noise whatsoever, that means it's complete bone all the way down to your, through the femur. You feel it. It's a penetrating noise. That slap is actually the energy dissipating away from the strike.
A great right hand from Aldo.
Great. No, that is excellent right there. See, he took the thigh, the low kick, the roundhouse to the thigh from Jose Aldo, but he was able to counter back with his hands. So he was able to make him pay for coming in for that.
About a minute left to go in round number 1. This one's scheduled for 3.
This is the best anybody's done on their feet with Jose Aldo we've seen to yet. So no shame on Rolando Perez so far. He's doing very well. Great combinations.
Oh, look at that knee from Aldo. This is the opening he was looking for, and that is it. John Shirley calls it.
Jose Aldo's left the building.
Jose Aldo has run completely out of the cage. We usually see him doing a back flip, but now he's just going up into the San Diego Sports Arena. Well, we were wondering, Frank, what he'd do. He'd perfected the back flip.
Well, the back flip was kind of scary last time. So.
Let's take a look at our Harley-Davidson shifting gears moment. Perez seemed to, if not have an answer for Aldo, at least he was keeping him questioning, and then all of a sudden, Aldo pounced.
That was an excellent job. You know, Rolando Perez was really doing very well on his feet. You know, Jose Aldo is a world-class striker. And here he just came in with a really low jab to the body, which is a high-risk, low-reward maneuver in MMA. And Jose Aldo just picked it up, fired that knee right up the middle. And a knee to the chin is one of those things that, you know, is going to drop just about anybody.
That is your Harley-Davidson shifting gears moment. We'll be back with the official announcement of our winner. Jose Aldo starts it off with a flurry. Let's go inside the cage to Joe Martinez with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 4 minutes, 15 seconds of round number 1. TKO stoppage due to strikes for your winner by TKO victory. De Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Jose Aldo Jr.
Jose, congratulations. I got to ask you a question. Usually it's a flip off the top of the cage. Tonight it was a run into the stands. Was that planned?
Antes de você dar pulo da grade, dessa vez você subiu a... porque eu acho, como ele tinha proibido o pulo, por isso que não deu salto. Então eu pensei em correr pra galera. Eu acho que a galera tá aqui. Eu procuro sempre agradar a galera, então eu vou pro braço da galera.
Yeah, he was just trying to make the crowd happy, and he just jumped over the fence and just went celebrated with everyone.
I think the crowd's going to appreciate any time a fighter shows them the skills that you did. You finished another fast one with that right knee. Is there anyone who can beat you in the featherweight division?
Cara, eu acho que tem bons lutadores na categoria. Eu acho que é uma categoria mais dura que tem, eu acho, no mundo. E como no WC também é uma categoria muito dura. Eu acho que eu treino para lutar com os melhores, com certeza.
Yeah, he said that 145 is one of the toughest divisions in the world, and there's a lot of tough people, but he trains, you know, with a lot of good people, and he's ready to face anyone, really.
I think you just showed that there. Congratulations again. Jose Aldo, your winner. Things are always bigger in Texas, and tonight the Cowboys and Bulls hook up again.